Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, when we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car.
Hello everybody and welcome to ETV Live's live coverage of the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, race number 22 on the season here in the Finger Lakes region of Watkins Glen, New York, and the Watkins Glen International Road Course. Hello everybody, my name is Evan Pasoko. Again, joining me on this Monday night, Clint Monahan. Clint, we're going to be doing some left and right hand turns tonight.
It's going to be real tough for some of these guys. I know a lot of these people from racing them on Thursdays that they only turn left. Now you got to turn right, so I got a couple of guys I'm looking out for. Chris Cable, he's the only guy in practice to run a 110 so far to get down on that. And I'm also looking at Augusto Gabaldoni. He's subbing tonight, it looks like, for Jose Gonzalez. I know he runs well on road courses. I'm looking for him. You know, he's about half a second to a second behind Chris in practice. I know I'm going to be looking for him to be up at the front at the end.
Well, let's take a look at last week's results. We were at the Tricky Triangle for our second stop, Pocono Raceway, race number 21 on the season. If you take a look at those results, it was Chad Cole coming up with the victory over Justin Wilson in the second spot. Stefan Marinak finished third. You mentioned him, the 26. Jose Gonzalez finishing in fourth spot, and it was Mike King finishing in the fifth position.
Yeah, 6th through 10th was Nick Silver, had a good race for him after starting all the way back in 24th. My boy Rhett McBride, after starting 6th, he kept it right up there, finished 7th. Rich Jett from the 13th, Dwayne Vincent fell back from 2nd to 9th, and Cale Dressback rounded out top 10.
And speaking of Dwayne Vincent, now let's hop over, take a look at our points as they run right now. Again, after 21, we're closing in on that chase bubble, so everyone trying to get in the top 10, but it is Dwayne Vincent sitting on the top of the points, 762, 10 wins on the season. Then you have Chad Cole second in points, 20 points back. He made up a little bit of ground last week. You saw that there in the standings. And Guy Snyder, the fourth, third in points, 118 back, so there's a really big gap between him and second place. Chad Cole, Dwayne Vincent breaking away from the field. C.J. LeVere in fourth place right now, 138 back, and then you have Rich Jett sitting in fifth, 156 points off the leader.
Jose Gonzalez, he's made 2 less starts than everybody else, but he's only 175 back from Dwayne Vincent. He's in 6th place, followed by John Abbott, who's made all of his starts. He's got 4 top 5s this year, looking for another one tonight. Ronnie Potts 8th, Mark Bratcher in 9th. Mark's only made 18 starts, but still has a top 10, and around the top 10 in points is Doug Roth.
Doug Roth with a little bit of a cushion, about 16 points over Ben Burnett in 11th place, but with still a handful of races to go till that chase starts, and not really too comfortable. Let's take a look at the track that we're at tonight. Again, it is the Watkins Glen International Road Course in Watkins Glen, New York. This track in specific, the Cup course, so to speak, that NASCAR runs, an asphalt surface at 2.45 miles long. 8 turns, depending on how you want to look at it. That's the official way that they're going to look at it. The 41,000 people can come here, watch the race live. The owner and operator of this road course is the International Speedway Corporation, and again, it's also known as the Glen right and left turns tonight. And it's interesting also, I mean, we're doing the NASCAR season here with the 36-week schedule. When you think of NASCAR, people go on iRacing, there's two different distinct ways you can go. You can go road or oval. Normally, when you're looking at a league like this, you're looking more towards ovals, so you mentioned some guys you might want to keep your eye on going into today at the road course. It's definitely going to present its challenges, and because it's a road course, probably we're not going to see any cautions, so you're really out on your own. It's up to you to see where you finish.
And another thing is that there's not many left turns at all here, and that's going to make it even tougher on these guys. There's only one, really 2 left turns if you're not including the bus stop on what would be known as the back straightaway. So it's real interesting for these guys also turning right now. And pitting on that going down the right side of pit lane.
Definitely pit stops will be important. It is a 36 lap race tonight. The drivers are just finishing up with their qualifying laps. Rhett McBride right now sitting on the provisional pole, assuming that he can finish there if no one knocks him off here in the closing minutes of qualifying. He has a time of 1 minute 10 seconds, .8. So pretty quick time, 3 seconds off of the track record here. And again, let's take a look at the weather here for Watkins Glen. Obviously, iRacing has the new weather features. Nothing too crazy going on tonight. Partly cloudy at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind going to the north at only 2 miles an hour, and the humidity sitting right now at 55%.
That's one of the new things I love about from this new update we got in iRacing is the weather, and it's not always going to be 70 and clear. Now we got some clouds, humidity, some wind. Not going to really much factor since it's only about an 8-degree difference, but when you get around ovals is when you do notice the big difference you got from the weather. And of course we do have another new tire model coming soon for these cars, so these guys are going to be getting ready to make some changes from that to their driving styles.
And definitely again, time winding down about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into, or 2 minutes and 30 seconds rather left in our qualifying session here at the Watkins Glen Road Course. And this is our second stop at a road course this season. We've already been to Sonoma, and that was an interesting race. Chad Cole seems to know his way around these road courses, so I'm going to make that number 8 my pick for the race. Chad Cole is going to be starting on the outside pole, assuming again no one takes him off as time.
You're reaching there, aren't you? That's a real reach.
I'm throwing it out there, eh? There's one.
There it is. You just threw an A in there. Oh goodness.
Oh well, who's your pick then? Let's see this. Who are you thinking is going to be there at the end?
I'm going to go with on a big reach too. I'm going to go with Rhett McBride.
Oh,
I know he's going to run well. Yeah, that's not much of a reach, but I got him for the night.
Pole sitter right now. Again, time of 1 minute 10 seconds. .843. Again, there's eight turns around this place. Some obviously with specific names. You go through into that hard right-hander at the bottom of the hill. You go up through the S's down the back straightaway to the bus stop, through the outer loop, and then come back around 2 more turns of the front stretch. And it'll be interesting to see if it's probably going to stay green. The dimension is, can you stay clean through this race? Long time, 36 laps, and qualifying done. So we're going to now send it down trackside to the Cactus QGs and the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And welcome back. The field now taking to the grid here at Watkins Glen. Let's throw it down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Sitting on the pole for this race is the number 15 of Rhett McBride, again with a qualifying time of 1 minute 10 seconds, .844. And to his outside on the left side, which will be the outside going into that first turn, is going to be the 8, Chad Cole.
Row 2's got Ben Burnett starting third, and to his outside is your points leader, Dwayne Vincent.
Row number 3, starting in the 5th spot, is going to be the 04, Mike King, and Justin Wilson's going to take the 58 off 6th.
Row 4's got Cale Dressback and David Lanza.
John Abbott and Ronnie Potts are going to make up row 5, 9th and 10th position.
Rich Jett, his number 36 car, starting 11th, and to his outside is Steve Gottschalk.
Brennan Mercer is going to take his number 29 Chevrolet off the grid, lucky number 13th, and starting 14th, the 81 Stephen Almendo.
Augusto Gabaldoni and CJ Lever are 15th and 16th.
Mark Bratcher is going to start this race 17th, 18th, Brian Harvey.
19th and 20th, the number 44, Glenn Campbell, and the 47th of Eric Arnold.
Heath Brooks Jr. starting in the 21st position, and 22nd, Brian Lambert.
23rd and 24th has Jade Williams and Jay Randall Watkins.
Nick Silver is going to start in his number 25 position, number 25, and Doug Roth, 26th.
Starting 27th, Jimmy North, and to his outside is John Roger Wilco.
Joey Gattin is going to start this race, 29th position, and Ed Williams Jr., 30th.
And the first two guys that did not take time tonight are Guy Snyder, the 4th, and Steve Ritter in 31st and 32nd.
Stephen Marinek and Matt Lacrosse, 33rd and 34th.
Even farther towards the back is the 05 of Chris Cable and 82 of Doug Fleming.
Douglas Wyatt, 37th, 38th, Nathan Little, and 39th, Joseph Hayes. That's a long way to go to the front. We're going to see if they can get it done. Also, the number 24, Marinek, had an ignition issue on the grid, so keep an eye on that. The field's still going through single file, and then we're going to get them ready to be going here. We're going to see if we can get this thing kicked off. Again, 36 laps at the Watkins Glen International Road Course here. 8 turns, 2.4 miles approximately. Some road course racing here in the Gen 6 race cars. Again, race number 22 on the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series season, presented by Bob Earl Racing. The field working their way into the final 2 corners. We're going to get this thing green.
We got guys running into each other again. Some radio chatter that cannot be repeated, even though we are not guarded by the FCC. That's still repeated for all the cheerings watching out there. They're bunching up, and we only got 1 turn left. One thing I'm looking for is this first turn to be absolutely critical. I have to say at least 5 guys are going to lose the race.
Downhill, hard right-hander. I mean, he got a little bit of runoff there. Let's see how the field sorts it out, because the green flag is off. Rhett McBride is going to pull out in front of Chad Cole and take that first position and set up for the turn. Can they all make it through clean and green? They're all going to really slow down there. And looks like the first half of the field's through nice and clean. We're going to go into those tricky S's, though.
Yeah, I'm looking through, and everybody made it clean. Oh, we had one guy pull off. John Wilco just never turned, I guess. When he tried to turn right, he got caught in the grass and just went straight. Luckily, that is no longer a sand pit. They've upgraded the facility. They just went farther into the asphalt. But everybody else made it clean in through there. Some guys started off pit road. Right now, we have a good, clean race coming in this RSR Full Throttle Cup Series.
Possibly anticipating an incident. Well, they're going to come off the grid now. Let's look up front. The 15, Rhett McBride, working his way through the outer loop. Chad Cole in the 8, last week's winner, about 4 car lengths off as they work their way through the last part of this first lap. And looks like we're going to make it through lap 1 on the green as Rhett McBride still out front.
Yeah, Rhett's really got about a 4 car length lead over Chad Cole, and Chad's got about 6 or 7 over Ben Burnett, so they're spreading it out. This is exactly how the leaders wanted to be. As you go farther back, though, these guys are starting to pile up. I know through the S's, I think I saw some contact with Eric Arnold and another driver. It might have been the 66 Brian Harvey. They made it. It looked real close just from my view, but the music was a little odd here because we're at a road course, of course. But lap 1, your leader of lap 1 is Rhett McBride. Chad Cole, Ben Burnett, Mike King, Dwayne Vincent ran out top 5.
Chad Cole about 2 car lengths off. He's going to get a good run off of the S's, and now they're going to go down the back straightaway. Chad Cole to the inside of Rhett McBride. Going to make the pass going into the bus stop. Rhett McBride's going to take a look, try to make something happen. Not going to do it. Chad Cole to the lead as they go through the outer loop. Great move there on the back stretch. Just got that run off the corner. Didn't spin it out, put it into the wall like Jeff Gordon tried to do, and it's going to be Chad Cole to the front.
And the outer loop is another place you can try to, one of the best places to get a run on someone if you can get good exit speed as I head over the tunnel right there. One thing to realize is you can gain speed coming out of that corner, but if you go too fast, you'll clip the grass coming out and you will just start a humongous wreck through there, which could be pretty entertaining, but some of these guys do not want to see that.
And definitely, well, Rhett McBride's going to fall back a little bit. Ben Burnett to the inside into turn number 1. He's going to pick up the second spot. Rhett McBride dropping back. Here comes the 04 of Mike King with a little bit of a run. They're going to go up into the S's, see if he can get anything to go. This is where the 15 lost some time last lap. 04, Mike King taking a look. He's going to drop off a little bit, but that's going to put Rhett McBride again back into the third spot. Now he's going to get a run on Ben Burnett down the back straightaway. Now they're going to be side by side again. 15 on the bottom. Ben Burnett's going to try to outbrake him on the outside, and he's going to manage to hold his position with that defensive line.
Rhett's he's a very careful racer. He could have pushed the issue right there and made the pass, but that was good. That's good driving right there by Rhett, not pushing the issue because it is only lap 3, and we do have a crash on the inner loop. We're looking for that right now. We're hearing people come over radio.
Not too sure what the incident is. We're hearing now that it may be the 05 of Chris Cable may be involved in the incident. Also, another thing to note, the 05 in the incident, and another thing to keep in mind, the number 24, Stefan Marinac around now, 39th spot. He just got turned in the inner loop there, taking a look back on the replay to see what happened, and it looks like he may have got some help by the number 21 of Matt Lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm looking on the replay right now with Chris Cable's wreck. He came out of the uphill after the right turn and got loose, got into the grass, tried to come back up, and then he pounded the wall 3 or 4 times, and then he'll make contact, absolute dooring to 25 and Nick Silver, and just spins it around. That was real tough right there. Nick Silver really didn't have anywhere to go. I'm not sure if he's expecting for his car to get loose and turn left and hit Nick right in the door as Nick tried to make that right turn.
And then also another incident, not sure if we can get a replay of this, lap 2 in the inner loop. It was the 21 Matt Lacrosse throwing it to the inside of the 24. Stefan Marinac pushed out and spun that 24 car around. 24 kept it off the wall in his back. He has now actually pulled his car into the garage. He's had enough, already a lap down. So 24 is going to end his night early after having ignition problems on pit road. That car is just not worth driving for the rest of the day, he says. That 24 team is going to retire early on and finish in the 39th spot. Also, Nick Silver, the 25 mentioned, was in that incident. He's down on pit road, 1 lap down.
How about let's go back up front. Our leader is still Chad Cole, but he's pulled out to over almost 1.7 of a second over Ben Burnett. That's how much of a lead he's got over him and Rhett McBride. And Rhett's right behind Burnett, but he's got a pretty sizable lead. This is about the time he's going to take it easy on the tires, try to make them go as long as it can before they do have to make their pit stop. And of course, the guy picked win the races in 3rd, but another guy was looking out for Augusto Gabaldoni. Started 15th. He's up to 13th.
Taking on also our points leader, Dwayne Vincent. He's only gone backwards. Started this race 4th. He's currently sitting in the 5th position. It's really going to come down to when and what you do on that pit stop to see if somebody can really throw something in there, try to get it to go. But Chad Cole up front in that number 8, last week's winner, definitely the fastest car on the racetrack. Let's take a look. This last lap time was a 1:12.3. Ben Burnett a 1:12.8, so that was 5/10 quicker. The lap before that, he was 4/10 quicker. So Chad Cole, definitely the fastest car, and he's pulling away up front.
And there's not really any battles going on the track right now. The closest one I could find is between Ronnie Potts and John Abbott. John Abbott's about half a car length to car length right behind him as they head uphill, coming out of their final right turn on the uphill, heading down towards the inner loop. John's going to lose a little bit of time right there, but it just shows that you can gain other parts and lose in other parts, because there's the big difference between this and race at an oval track is that there's no corners that are alike.
Yeah, definitely. One battle that will be constantly going on throughout the night is driver versus the track. And remember, you mentioned John Abbott. He's going to look to the inside of Ronnie Potts. This is a battle for 9th spot. He's gonna back off of that for now. Taking a look, maybe trying to get that pass and move up into that 9th position. But keep an eye on those two. They're looking for it.
Yeah, another guy. Joey Gattina got caught it in the outer loop there.
I also saw the 12 Douglas Wyatt got a little bit squirrely in that same corner as well, and may have made some slight contact with the inside wall, kind of got in the grass there. So seems to be a tricky corner for these drivers. I've also noticed several times so far at the beginning of the race, Ben Burnett and Rick McBride both on the exit of those S's after the final right-hander to get to that backstretch. Maybe a little bit of a tricky corner. I mean, I saw Ben Burnett, or that's how Chad Cole got around Rhett McBride. Rhett lost the speed coming out of there, and I've seen that a couple times, so maybe that's going to be another passing zone during this race. But right now, working lap 7 of 36 here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but now Chad Cole's lead is up to 2.7 seconds over Ben. So it's good to see a little group right there. It'll keep these guys awake and not just zoned out. I know when I race road course, I get all by myself. I zone out. I start thinking about other things. Check my text message, and boom, there's a wall.
Yeah, you can't really not pay attention, especially when you got to get your braking points right in some of these corners, very high speeds. And like 15, Rhett McBride, he's all over the back bumper of the 37. Ben Burnett maybe trying to look to make a pass. So these three cars, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Burnett, McBride, and King kind of hanging out together. And then you got a whole bunch of cars behind them. Maybe a little bit of a pack, but nothing going on right now. Chad Cole leaving that bus stop as they enter. So a 2.6-second lead right now for Chad Cole.
And there's only a couple of good places to make passes here for coming out of the turns. Everywhere else, you have to try to outbrake or dive bomb someone. That just causes trouble. The best two places for me to make a pass is coming out of the outer loop and also coming out of the uphill out of turn like 2 on that right turn, because that's when you're making a lot of speed and you can adjust your driving style and possibly catch the person and make the pass in front of you, of the guy in front of you.
And definitely, again, you're watching the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series live on ATV Live, and that is brought to you by Bob Earl Racing, and the champion at the end of the season is going to win a VRC Mark II virtual racing seat presented by Bob Earl Racing. It's a simulation racing cockpit designed by championship race car driver Bob Earl. Who better than a real race car driver to design a simulation racing cockpit? After all, he knows what it means to be comfortable behind the wheel. The design features a fully adjustable seat and frame, additional monitor stand, and shifter mount sold separately. Proud sponsor of the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. It is a high-quality and affordable virtual racing cockpit priced at just $349 plus shipping. See today at www.bobearlracing.com. CJ Olivera down to pit road.
That's interesting why he might be on pit road. It's like I can't find any damage on his car. Maybe you could look that up. Battle I've been watching, Rhett McBride is he's made some incredible runs as you look right as they enter the last corner here. Ben Burnett got real loose, and Rhett McBride is once again all over that bumper. He's going to be looking low as we head across the start-finish line. He's going to try to pass him low going into the corner and probably make a run coming out of 1 as you see the 20 car, Steve Ritter, going to try to make it out. He will be a lap down, but he's going to try to get out in front of this group right here. Rhett McBride does make the pass coming out, turn 1 going uphill.
LeVere did get into the wall. He came out of the bus stop, went into that inner loop, and the car just, the rear end stepped out, and he made contact with the inside retaining wall. That's why he was down pit road, stayed down to get some damage repair, so he's going to come back up onto the racetrack, and the 33 Lanza is going to go by him. Another update, Chad Cole off the track through the grass, your leader in the bus stop, lap 10, nearly got into trouble there. He's going to pull back out. He's driving around this lap car, the number 20 car. But Chad Cole almost put it into the wall there off the chicane.
Yeah, he lost almost all of the lead he's had. Now he's only going to be about less than half a second ahead of Rhett McBride, who's made his way up to second, coming out of turn 1 on this lap. And the guy who's got someone all over him is Ben Burnett. He is losing right rear tire grip, as now he's got Mike King looking all over him to try to make the pass. I'm looking for Ben Burnett to start back losing position, because he's loose out of every corner.
And you saw it there, the 04 Mike King kind of searching, trying to find a way to get around that 37 Chevrolet of Burnett. That's a battle for 3rd and 4th position. 04 is going to take a peek to the inside, nearly gets into the quarter panel. Going to stay in line for the time being. They continue to work their way around the lap traffic that is staying out of the way, not interfering with the racing at all. But now up front, Rhett McBride, 2 to 3 car lengths off of Chad Cole. Chad Cole lost about 2.5 seconds when he went through the grass there. And Rhett McBride putting the pressure on. This is all the battle for the lead right now on lap 11 as they work their way through the final 2 corners to take lap 12. Rhett McBride's going to fall off a little bit, but Chad Cole up front, but not as much as he was a couple laps ago.
This is going to be a real interesting part of the race as they make their way through lap traffic. You can use lap traffic to help you if you can plan it outright to pin another guy in probably a bad area. As you see coming out of last turn there, Chad Cole got a little loose, but Rhett McBride turned on the magnet because he is all over that bumper. Chad Cole, and he ain't leaving. And less than really half a car length going into turn 1, and he's staying right on there, which is good to see. And Mike King, if you look right behind them, is still giving Ben Burnett a real hard time, waiting for him to make a mistake, and you can still watch. So Ben Burnett is loose coming out of every corner, almost.
Yeah, Burnett's a little bit off the pace. Here we go, battle for the lead. Now the 15's got to run Rhett McBride to the inside into the bus stop. Chad Cole going to give him the position, and now Rhett McBride, after starting on the pole, slipped back into about the 3rd position. Chad Cole made a mistake, and now Rhett McBride sees himself back in that number 1 position right now. Look in the number 20 car in front of him. That is Steve Ritter. Steve Ritter is on the lead lap, so he's trying to hang on to that lap for the time being as leaders are closing in on him, and as they go into the corner and nearly cuts off Rhett McBride there, battling to stay on the lead lap though.
He's not giving much room, and we see some dust. Somebody might have got caught up in that stand trap. We'll see how patient Rhett can be behind the 20 car. And as I say that, 20 pulls aside, lets leaders go by. He does not want to get in the way, as he might have noticed. It might have looked like he cut off Rhett, but I don't see any malintent right there. And, you know, I was looking for Mike King to make the pass of Ben Burnett, but it's still not happening, even though he's all over that bumper. I wonder if he's just staying stagnant right behind him, waiting for a mistake instead of pressuring his own car and wearing it out more.
Well, I'll tell you that Ben Burnett is losing time consistently. Chris Cable, the 05, announces he's going to come down pit road next time by, but Rhett McBride, your leader, his last lap was a 1:13.4. Burnett is a 1:13.9, consistently 0.5 back. I don't think Mike King is that slow. I think almost Ben Burnett's holding up that 04, but the 04 doesn't really want to throw it in there and possibly cause a wreck for that position. But Mike King definitely being held up, as Rhett McBride still out in front by Chad Cole now to about a 10-car length lead as they work their way through the final area of this lap.
There's a spin out of chicane. It looks like Mark Bratcher is involved. That is... Oh, he just hit. Goodness. Look like multiple cars are involved. I see 26. Mark Bratcher got involved in that after 26 looks like just stomped on the brakes.
Yeah, it's the 26 Augusto Gabaldoni subbing for Jose Gonzalez. I'm taking a look. Went into the bus stop. did not prepare for it enough. Went through the grass, and when he came back, yeah, he spun the 47 car actually after going through the grass. That sent Eric Arnold around. Eric Arnold took a spin through the grass, came back up in front of the track, and then Gabaldoni checked up, which is why you heard the 38. Then the 38 actually got into the rear end of the 26. So mayhem again in the bus stop and the inner loop. Very tricky part of the racetrack.
Brancher's got heavy front end damage of that Massengill HVAC company car. Glenn Campbell gets loose right in front of him. That's a nice little battle we got going back there with Eric Arnold, Glenn Campbell, and Mark Bratcher. Mark, he might have a damaged car, but he ain't driving like it because he is probably going to make the pass soon. But you can tell with that damage is starting to get to him a little bit. His car might heat up.
DJ LeVere in the number 4 after making contact with the wall earlier on in this race. That team has now brought his car behind the wall, so the 04s, or not the 04, the Ford rather, CJ LeVere, that team's night is done. They're going to retire it on lap 13.
Out front, Red McBride still has a half-second lead over Chad Cole. Chad Cole, second place. Mike King finally got around Ben Burnett, and following around Ben Burnett was Dwayne Vincent. Vincent's in 4th. Ben Burnett rounds out the top 5 with Justin Wilson 6th, looking in about 7.3 seconds behind.
The top 2, McBride and Cole, have almost a little bit broken away from 3rd place. Mike King, the 04, sitting in 3rd, is 3.8 seconds back of McBride. Chad Cole 5/10 off, so a little bit of a breakaway. Chad Cole not falling off. It looked like maybe he was a little bit faster. The 15 is going to go wide in turn number 1. There goes Chad Cole. So Rhett McBride's going to make a mistake, and the 8's going to fly on by him. This is all going on lap 15.
Yeah, now looks like Cole might have about a half-second lead over Rhett McBride. But Mike King, once again, he's putting himself in a good spot to finish well tonight. We don't really hear much from him, but he's doing an outstanding night. It's good to see him up there. I haven't really raced with him much in RSR because he doesn't make many appearances on Thursday nights and what I race in. But we do have many cars laps down, including the likes of Steve Ritter, Jimmy North, and John Abbott. Meanwhile, we're going to take a break as cars start to make a pit stop. You are watching the Full Throttle Cup Series here on ETV Live.
If you're a serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built, and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products, reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com, and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, cowboy.
And welcome back to ETV Live's live coverage of the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. The 14 car is done. Joey Gattina hard into the tire barriers. That's going to end his night. Meanwhile, Chad Cole sitting up front right now with a 1.1 second lead over Rhett McBride. That number 15 still sitting second right now. We're working lap 18 of 36 at the Watkins Glen International Road Course.
It looked like Joey Katina just turned right and his car kept turning and he stuffed it right into the tires that did end his race. That's another one that has bit in the dust literally as he ended up in the sand. John Abbott is, Nick Silver is the last car running, and he is 6 laps down. He's waiting for all this attrition to keep going. And we do have some guys that have made a pit stop. Looks like Doug Fleming may have come down pit road if I may be mistaken though. But Chad Cole has pulled out to a 1.178 second lead over Rhett McBride. Mike King has lost some time. He's about 4.5 seconds behind, and Dwayne Vincent is 5.5 seconds behind.
Go right after Vincent, 5th and 6th side by side. Now the 58 car, Justin Wilson, is going to come down pit road in 5th position, which is going to allow David Lanza to go by. So 58 is going to now make his green flag pit stop on lap number 18. Again, this is the halfway point in this race, and we've been pretty much clean and green so far through the night. Quick race going by. Chad Cole still up front. Let's see if Rhett McBride has anything for him. Again, pit stops can really shake things up when it happens.
Right on the front straightaway.
Again, Chad Cole up front.
We have the 12 car stuffed into the wall on the front straightaway. Coming out of the last corner there. Look like Douglas Wyatt. I'm trying to figure out what happened there. He came out of the last corner, got a little loose. He overcorrected and found the outside wall right there and kind of got it stuck. And he did a little burnout. He is stuck. He had to get a tow. He's getting towed right now, and he's going to lose a lot of time from where he was on the track. And he's now about 2 laps down. It's only going to grow to 3 or 4 laps down.
Definitely another tough break, and pretty much for around the majority of this racetrack. Oh, and 38 just got spun by the 26, 16th position. Mark Bratcher goes around. 26 just took him out, got loose. Augusto Gabaldoni, more trouble, got loose, took the 38 out. 2 cars are sideways on the racetrack here. As traffic is coming by, entering the S is a dangerous spot. They're going to get over to the side, but this all happened lap 19. I'm going to take a look again. 38, Mark Bratcher, taking a look, came out of pit road and just got clobbered by that 26 who got loose, took them both out.
Yeah, once again, Mark Bratcher found the wrath of Augusto Gabaldoni.
He can't get back on the track because he can't see around the corner, so he doesn't want to pull out in front of somebody.
Yeah, he's stuck. He's trying to turn it around.
He's trying to find a way out onto the track, and cars are flying by. Right, he couldn't see around that corner to see if cars were coming, so he sat there for a minute or so.
Gosh, he does pull out. He pulls out in front of Ben Burnett. He finally just had to do it. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Goodness.
He was looking. That was a close call there. He's back on track now.
You know, I was speaking of magnets earlier, and Mark Bratcher and Augusto Gabaldoni got something going on there. He's felt the wrath of Gabaldoni twice now, and with no way to react to it either. The first time Gabaldoni looked like he just stomped on the brakes in the outer loop after getting with Eric Arnold, and that's when Bratcher hit him, and Bratcher just come out pit road after fixing his damage from that incident and taking gas, making it wet the rest of the way, and then he just gets pounded by Gabaldoni.
Yeah, he didn't even see that coming. He just came out and just 26 got loose. Now 47, Eric Arnold is going to come down pit road as well. Meanwhile, Rhett McBride obviously having some issues on the track because Chad Cole just gained another 1.5 seconds on him. Rhett McBride now 2.85 seconds behind Chad Cole, your leader. Those tires are going to start to be going away right now as Chad Cole's working inside of lap traffic. So it'll be interesting to see how long these guys stay out. We are past the halfway point in this race, so let's see how it shakes out. Chad Cole, but still up front.
Yeah, we got 16 laps left here at Watkins Glen. We're on lap 21 of 36. Your leader is still Chad Cole with almost a 3-second lead. A bunch of guys came down pit road recently. That's Brian Lambert, Jade Williams, Eric Arnold, Brian Harvey, and I think that's it for lead lap cars right now. We do have cars that keep going lap down. There are only 19 cars on the lead lap, and it's probably down to 18 as Glenn Campbell got lapped right there. And we're still waiting for the leaders to pit. Chad Cole, Rhett McBride, Mike King, Dwayne Vincent are still yet to pit.
Right now we have 19 cars on the lead lap last time by the stripe. Everybody else a lap or two down, and again with a road course you'll have a sector caution, but I mean unless they really wad it up you're not going to get a full course caution, so you get in one little incident you can pretty much count your night out. That's why there's so many cars 1, 2, 3 laps down. It's just part of a road racing deal. Brett McBride making up a little bit of time now, 2.3 seconds off of Chad Cole. He made up 5/10 that last lap, so possibly looking to close, or the 8 tires starting to go away. Let's see when they decide to pit. Still going to stay out on the racetrack for now, and we also have Eric Arnold and Joseph Hayes are also going to go to the garage. Their nights are done as well, and now 15 cars on the lead lap, this time by the stripe.
The church is starting to begin. More people have exited the race. Joseph Hayes has retired. Douglas Wyatt still towing. I'm expecting him to retire. Nick Silver's still on the track, 6 laps down, along with John Abbott. They keep waiting for guys to fall out of this race, and we do have more cars that have come down pit road. Also, that includes Nathan. Yeah, that was Glenn Campbell who's he hadn't made a pit stop. He's still way ahead. Might have been Doug Roth that came down pit road. Oh, it's Dave Lanza. I apologize.
Well, everyone's starting to cycle through. Really, everyone's taking a look at when will the leaders pit. Let's quickly run through the top 10. It is the 8 Chad Cole out front. Brett McBride in second position, 2.2 seconds back. Mike King in the 04 third, 5.2 seconds back. Dwayne Vincent fourth, 8.5 seconds back. Then Brennan Mercer fifth, 21.9 seconds back. Ben Burnett sixth, 41.2 seconds back. Justin Wilson 41.5 seconds back.
Burnett Wilson made contact.
Seventh. Lanza 8th, 44.1 seconds back. Cale Dresbeck 9th, 50 seconds back. And Rich Jett 10th, 56.1 seconds back. So really spread out here on the lead lap.
Yeah, Burnett and we do have a car that's turned around. 14 just got hit after he was already spun. That is the 14 Joey Katina. It's not the first time he's found the wall tonight. He spun coming out of the outer loop and just got nailed. Looks to be by the 52. That is driven by Brian Lambert. Those guys wrecked hard right there. Lambert had nowhere to go in his car. He's got a lot of damage. He can't turn his car. He's barely coasting around the track. He's going about 45 miles an hour right now, trying to make it to pit road.
Oh yeah, he just pulled out and into the track there, and I mean those guys are coming flying up off of a corner. They can't really just go around him because you're going on the ragged edge trying to get it going, and it looked like he just got loose and caught the grass, and once that happens he pretty much got no luck, and that sent him around. So that's going to be another incident on the racetrack. Chad Cole again still up front, putting another car a lap down, being the number 26 car. And he's going to go another lap down. It's Augusto Gabaldoni, who's also had a rough night so far. So Chad Cole still up front now by 3 seconds on Rhett McBride, so he's going to open up that gap a little bit more here as we continue to work on the green flag. 11 laps to go.
I'll tell you, 2 guys that are nervous right now is Doug Roth and Glenn Campbell. They are the last 2 cars on the lead lap. The leaders are right there in their mirrors. But they're holding it pretty well. They're running fairly similar lap times. And with 10 laps to go, your current top 5 hasn't changed much. It's still Chad Cole, Rhett McBride, Mike King, Dwayne Vincent, and Brendan Mercer. But you know, outside of the top 3, the other 2 guys are over 10 seconds behind. So it's really a 2 to 3 car race right now.
I mean, you got to feel for Rhett McBride. And remember, was on the pole, dropped back to 3rd, and he got back up past Chad Cole, and he really lost it for himself going into turn 1. Just did not get on the brakes enough. Went off into the runoff area, and that's how Chad Cole got by him. And Chad Cole really has not looked back since that point. That all went around like lap 7 or so. So Chad Cole obviously taking advantage of a situation. He's going to gain 8 more tenths on Rhett McBride that last lap. So that 15 desperately in need of some fresh tires. As I mean, the laps continue to tick down, and when we come by the stripe next time around, Chad Cole working on the backstretch. When he hits the start-finish line, that's only going to be 10 laps to go, so there's really not much time left in this race.
We have a great battle for the 6th position as I enter the final corner coming on the front straightaway. Ben Burnett's trying to fend off Justin Wilson, who will just not go away. He's like those mosquitoes in South Georgia that you encounter when you're trying to play golf. It's absolutely brutal. And not to compare Justin Wilson to a mosquito, but that's the best analogy I got right now. He's still within half a car length, and they've even made contact in some places, that's really fun to watch. If you can do it right and not really wreck somebody, let them know you're there. It's fun to watch as Ben Burnett. Wow.
Yeah,
he's
you
blocking him,
I'm
and he
watching
hits the grass.
6th place here, the 37 and the 58. Are we looking at the same thing? 6th place. Good battle. We're going to go side by side and do another quick commercial break, and we'll bring it back for the checkered flag. More contact going on. We'll be right back.
If you're a serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products, reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com, and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, cowboy.
And welcome back to the Watkins Glen International Raceway here in Watkins Glen, New York, the Finger Lakes region. For race number 22 on the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series 2013. And again, right now on the green flag, still lap 29 of 36 laps, continuing to wind down. We've seen Mike King and Dwayne Vincent both hit pit road in 3rd and 4th spot. Chad Cole and Rhett McBride have yet to do that. However, Rhett McBride continuing to lose time, 5 seconds off Cole, and now we hear the number 36 car, Rich Jett, 10th, went around in the bus stop. He's back on track now, so that is in the 10th position, but Rhett McBride continuing to lose time on Cole, now 5 seconds back. Yep, side by side. 33-58, Wilson and Lanza. And David Lanza is going to pick up the 6th spot from Justin Wilson in that 58 car. The 8 car now. Chad Cole's going to come down to pit road. So it'll be interesting to see when McBride will come down, if he comes down this time by. I don't think he will. He's going to go through the S's, so we'll let McBride come by the next time around. It's yet to see. And another person that I don't think that 58 wants to see coming up behind him in 7th, Justin Wilson, is Ben Burnett, because he gave Ben Burnett a little bit of a bump into the grass for a spot. So keep an eye on that. Also, Chad Cole's going to come down fuel only, no tire stop. But he's going to lose that first spot. It's all up to see how Rhett McBride executes his pit stop, as he's the leader right now.
Our leader, Rhett McBride's going through the outer loop right now. Very long corner. It's a frustrating corner if you go through there wrong. He's coming out of the outer loop. I'm looking for him to pit either this time or next time by. Take a splash of gas and try to stay ahead of Chad Cole. But Chad Cole is in the inner loop, so he's not too far behind our leader, Rhett McBride. Another guy hadn't pitted yet, Brendan Mercer. This could be real. I'm looking for a lot of these guys to pit, and it's going to happen soon.
And there goes Rhett McBride down the pit road. Remember, he was 5 seconds behind Chad Cole. We're looking side by side at them. I don't think Rhett McBride's going to be able to make up 5 seconds on that pit stall. Let's see how it works. Chad Cole is pitting right now second. He is working his way onto the front straightaway right now. Rhett McBride on pit road's going to stop in his stall. Going to get the gas that he needs. He's going to take left side tires, and Chad Cole's going to go around him. 15, Rhett McBride taking 4 tires. It looked like he might have been able to beat Chad Cole out, but he took tires, and there goes Chad Cole.
I think he took tires on accident. That's going to be killer for Rhett McBride because he just got passed by Dwayne Vincent. And as I say that, we got a guy around. It looks like 05 in the uphill right there. That's big.
He's got some pretty significant damage. He's slow on the right side of the racetrack in the S's. Hope no one gets loose coming up behind him, trying to stay out of the way. Ben Burnett's going to go by him. The 05, major issues late in the race. The 55 and the 05 got together, which is what caused that incident. And I have to think that the 15, Rhett McBride, just forgot to uncheck 4 tires because he executed that really good. Chad Cole was coming down into turn 1. I'm thinking Rhett McBride may have had a shot at it, but he had to get. He ended up taking the 4 tires, and that's what's going to put him back a couple more positions. So tough break for that 15 team. Chad Cole out front.
And Chris Cable, before that wreck, he'd already been having a tough race. So he's one of the guys I was looking for to finish really well tonight. Him and Augusto both are guys that I thought would do really well, and then they've had awful races, really horrific races. Especially for Chris Cable. He's only going about 75 going into the second to last turn here. He's going to come down pit road, try to fix it. And meanwhile, Chad Cole has a 11-second lead over Dwayne Vincent, and Chris Cable is coming down pit road. And another guy, oh, never mind, that was just Lanzing over the radio thanking someone. Another guy that hadn't pitted, did we see Brendan Mercer down pit road, Evan?
I believe he may have come down pit road when we went side by side just a handful of laps ago, so I think he has possibly come down pit road. Not too sure, haven't really kept an eye on that car.
Out for third, rather side Mike King gonna make the pass. Now he's got his eyes set on Dwayne Vincent. He's trying to come. What he's done, man, and they're all 5 laps to go left here, and Watkins. And that's where everything like it's a popular place to go for vacation. Never been there. Upstate New York is not really a thing.
Yeah. Chad Cole up front. Dwayne Vincent in the 13 has lost that spot to make the ride. Right behind them, the 04 Mike King, so it's a 3-car battle for the second spot. He won last week at Pocono. He also won the week before that at Indianapolis. He's looking maybe 3 straight wins to try to gain points on Dwayne Vincent. But standing, the only problem is, it doesn't really help when Dwayne Vincent's like 1 or 2 spots behind him. Check, get some bonus points to go into the season. It looks like he is on his way to a 3rd straight win, and his 6th season. And he has to lose at this point. He's got an 11-second lead over that 3-car battle per second as we run right now. Laps are come by this time by the stripe. 3 laps to go.
We're going to apologize for some audio we're having. We're going to do our best to get that Brett McBride was looking to get right up on Dwayne Vincent, and he did. He did the pass right out of there. Good for him. He's up to second. He got salvaged.
I'm not sure he's
We only have 3 laps left. All he has to do is maintain do that as he has 7.5 seconds. Brett McBride, let's drive it, get everything he's got right now. But we are up. Cars back on the lead lap now. Brian Harvey is first car lap down to number 6 Chevy in place.
And the laps continue to wind down here at Watkins Glen.
Chad Cole is coming across the line. He has 2 laps to go. We're on lap 35 and 36, and he has a pretty large lead over Rhett McBride. Rhett McBride just now coming out of the last corner. He's coming across the finish line right now, and he's made up a second that lap, but it's too much, too little, too late, as he does not have enough time to catch him. It would take him about 8 or 9 laps to catch up to Chad Cole, and who knows how much it would take to pass him right then. But Rhett McBride, after passing Mike King and Dwayne Vincent, he's got about 6 seconds over them and 12 seconds over Mike King. Mike King's fallen back pretty drastically from those pit stops when you saw McBride, Vincent, and King all together. Meanwhile, up front, Chad Cole is just now exiting, going through the outer loop, coming down to one of the last 2 corners. All he has to do is maintain steady pace, and this is all his.
Yeah, definitely. Chad Cole can almost taste it again. This would be 3 straight wins for Chad Cole, second in the points right now, and leading the most laps is going to get him another. That's looking to gain a little step maybe in that points, but Chad Cole and his number 8 GameStop Chevrolet is going to come to take the white flag. Is out. It's a race at Watkins Glen.
Chad Cole in turn 1, taking it steady. He might be shaking a little bit after the tough race he's had. Rhett McBride gains another second that lap. You can tell Chad Cole is taking it easy, but of course, don't forget Rhett McBride did take tires. He's trying real hard, but it's not going to be enough for Chad Cole, as Chad Cole heads down the back straightaway towards inner loop for the final time.
Chad Cole, 8.4 seconds in front of Rhett McBride, so Rhett McBride may be closing, but that just could be because the 8's just trying to make sure he keeps all 4 wheels under it. The car right in front of him gets loose. 8's going to squeak on by. Again, Chad Cole, your leader, just going to try to make it to the checkered flag with all 4 wheels under it. As he works off of the inner loop, gets close to the grass there, he's going to work his way through the final 2 corners. You're seeing him come down, make that left-hander there very cautious, not trying to swing it out way wide and possibly get into the grass, and he's going to come around the final bend, the fans on their feet, and Watkins Glen, and it's going to be the 8th car. Chad Cole's going to come by the stripe, and it's going to be 3 in a row.
Outstanding race for Chad Cole. Meanwhile, second place, Rhett McBride comes out of the final corner, down the front straightaway. He will take the 2nd position. And Dwayne Vincent also making his way out of the final quarter. He's coming down across start-finish line, along with Mike King, Justin Wilson, Ben Burnett, Dave Lanza, all making their way out of the final corner. Brendan Mercer just now making his way there. If he does not wreck, he will finish 8th, along with Kel Dressback, and Steven Almendo stuck his way up into the top 10.
Yeah, some of these guys still have a little bit to go before they hit the checkered flag, so keep an eye out to see if any positions shuffle. Still kind of a battle going on around the 10th position. Rich Jett made his way around Steven Almendo just seconds ago to take that spot. So a little bit of shuffling going on, but it looks like everybody on the lead lap has pretty much crossed the stripe again. Chad Cole definitely knows his road course, as he got 3rd place here last inning. Advanced that by 2 more, started on the outside, 2nd place, just a 10th off of the poles, the win by a margin of 8.7 seconds here at Watkins Glen. He's going to work his way around. He's going to look to do some burnouts here for the fans that have come out to check out this race here in the Watkins Glen racetrack. Watkins, New York. Ed Cole working his way down the front straightaway, meeting up with some other drivers there. You see he's going to pull up and give a little bump to the number 27 car of Guy Snyder the fourth. He's going to do his burnouts on the back bumper of the number 27, celebrating the 21 car. Also, Matt Lacrosse going to pull up, congratulate him on that victory, and I do believe we have on the radio third place finisher Dwayne Vincent. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're sitting up there in the points. Another great race, third place, a lot better than Sonoma. Talk us through that race.
Man, I sure didn't think I'd be talking to you guys after this one, but yeah, I was going to pit probably around lap 10 or 15, and Cole and those guys just stayed out, kept going. I said, well, I'm going to pit when they pit, and it got so late in the run that I said, well, I can't take tires. I mean, I'll be on that pit road too long, so I just took fuel, and it worked out. I don't know how, but it did.
Well, I mean, you started this race fourth. You're going to get home third again, top three. That's definitely not a bad night out at the racetrack. We saw a couple of incidents around the track. Did you keep your nose clean, or did you get a little rough and tough with some other cars out there? Obviously, some tight quarters racing here on this road course.
I was able to keep it clean. I missed a few wrecks, but got through them with no problems, man. That's kind of unheard of for me at a road course, but a third place finish, I'm happy as can be.
Yeah, definitely. Any shout-outs you want to throw out there? Who makes it happen for you and your team?
Raceskins.com. Like to say thank you to Bob Earl again for sponsoring this stuff. You guys at ETV, we enjoy it. Everybody at RSR for everything they do for us to have some fun. We appreciate it. And my dad for sitting here watching this stuff.
Well, right night out, Dwayne Vincent's going to finish in the top three here at Watkins Glen. I do believe that Clint, you may be up with our second place finisher, the 15 pole.
McBride, my man, Mr. Masters. Tell me about your race tonight.
Oh, all right, Clint. Well, had a good race, man. We got on the pole, and that was good. You know, you want to start out front in these deals, and ran a pretty good race the first part of the race, and just wheel hopped it a little bit. Made a mistake going into turn one, and let Chad get by me, and just saw his bumper from then on pretty much. And then there on the pit stop, you know, I was just going to do fuel only, and actually ended up taking tires, didn't mean to, so kind of made a little mistake, but was able to get back to second, and kept it clean.
You ran an outstanding race. How much practice did you put towards this track this week?
Well, I tell you, man, I did practice a little bit in the beginning of or middle of last week, but I don't know, you can practice too much of this stuff and start running in circles, so I kind of backed away from it a little bit, gave myself a break, and actually the qualifying lap I ran tonight was the fastest lap I'd run all week, so came at a good time. But you know, it's definitely good to for these road courses to kind of, you know, get your breaking points, shift points, all that good stuff.
And anybody you want to thank for this?
Well, I'd like to thank my teammates, Clint Monahan and Mark Bratcher at Peach State Racing. Also like to thank Bob Earl Racing Chassis for sponsoring the series, with obviously RSR and you guys up ETV. All you guys in the booth do a great job. And then I'd like to thank my sponsor, GT Omega Racing Chassis. If you need a quality chassis, talk to Leo. He'll get you hooked up. And Fanatec.
You had that planned out, didn't you? That's Red McBride finished second, Evans with our winner.
Definitely down here in the victory lane, Chad Cole in the 8 climbs out of that number 8 GameStop Triton Chevrolet. Chad Cole back to back here on Monday nights.
Yeah, it feels good. Hopefully you guys saw my paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Talk to us through your race. You started on the outside pole, by the way. You were my pick for the race, so thanks for not letting me down there. You're going to end up in victory lane. I mean, that's back to back. You mentioned 3 races in a row: Indy, Pocono, and, of course, Watkins Glen. Still almost looking on the outside end there up front in points, chipping away.
Yeah, it's not really about points at this point. It's just trying to catch up to Dwayne. Yeah, it's not really about points at this point. It's just for the final 10 races, we're a little bit closer, and these last 3 weeks have definitely helped that out a bit.
Yeah, that's race win number 6 for you this season. Dwayne's got 10, so helping yourself out there. Talk us through the race again. We saw some beating and banging and going on. Rhett McBride also touched on the fact he made that mistake in turn 1. You capitalized, didn't look back. How was the race from your perspective? Went clean green all the way.
Yeah, pretty good for the first 8 laps. Then it got kind of painful. My hamstring started cramping from all the braking, and kind of had to improvise with the belt to kind of wrap around my leg, keep it from cramping. And that's when I had like a 3-second lead or so, and that's when Rhett got by me there. I had that mistake in the chicane, and it was definitely interesting. Glad I could get back there.
Improvising in the car, Chad Cole. It's going to work out for you. Who you want to thank for this win?
Yeah, you got to thank hippiespaintshop.com. You can find Hippie on Facebook as well. Just search Hippie's Paint Shop. See all his awesome work. He's got a gallery there. He painted this Triton car. Kind of disappointed you guys didn't have it up last week until the very end. It's a great looking car. He has many more cars. He does pretty much any car you want on iRacing. And got to thank Bob Earl Race Chassis for sponsoring the Full Throttle Cup event.
Well, definitely great night out. Chad Cole is going to find himself in victory lane, and Clint Monahan, what was your take on this race? Again, 36 laps at Watkins Glen, right and left turns, and it was a pretty good race overall. I mean, what was your perspective on it?
There was a lot of great racing, a lot of passes, not really up front, as there's only, I count, 2 or 3. But back in the middle, back to the rear of the pack was where we saw a lot of the great racing tonight, and then even the pit stop strategies were real interesting to watch. And of course, it was a fast-paced race, and everybody again does an outstanding job.
And definitely, well, that pretty much does it for this race. Again, it was the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series presented by Bob Earl Racing. Chad Cole mentioned the chase is coming up soon, and then they're going to be going for a VRC Mark II virtual racing seat. That's a simulation racing cockpit designed by championship race car driver Bob Earl. Who better than a real race car driver to design a simulation racing cockpit? After all, he knows what it means to be comfortable behind the wheel. The design features a fully adjustable seat and frame. Additional monitor stand and shifter mounts are sold separately. Proud sponsor of the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, a high quality and affordable virtual racing cockpit priced at just $349 plus shipping. See it today at www.bobearlracing.com. Again, that does it for us this week. Race number 22 in the books. We'll see you next week at Michigan. For J.D. Webb, John Wesley, and down there in the production hauler, Clint Monahan, I'm Evan Pasoko. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.